morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and before we get started, let me get my shout-outs out of the way. Today's shout-out goes to KL Music and Sobat Reviews. They were the first to say first to one of my recent videos and thus win a shout-out. So, if you notice, I'm no longer in Kansas anymore, as they might say. Yeah, Quadcopter 101 has to take a vacation too, and you've probably been wondering where I've been for the past month or so and not producing much videos. Well, I am on vacation. I'm back in Pennsylvania visiting folks, you know, my family, and also enjoying the local area. But with that in mind, every year I try to do a little video. What quadcopter would I take on vacation with me based on that year's quadcopters? Well, this year I'd have to say it'd have to be the Ryze Tello. The Ryze Tello is the perfect quadcopter, in my opinion, for taking on a vacation, for vacation selfies and vacation pictures and videos. It is very small, easy to carry with you, but it actually takes very good pictures. It has, you know, image stabilization, along with ability to maintain hover in a position without the use of a GPS. But one of the biggest and best features that I like about this thing is that it is unobtrusive. You can fly it just about anywhere and not worry about people bothering you. Okay, I'm going to try to do a little sample flight today. I'm worried there is a hawk up there. I might avoid it, but we'll see. But being unobtrusive, you can fly it, as I mentioned, just about anywhere without the drone phobic bothering you. In fact, in one of the little clips I'm going to show here, I'm going to have self-narrated clips following this. But in one of them, I was flying right next to a parked police car while the policeman was eating his lunch and flying this. You know, all he did was smile and wave. No problem at all flying this little thing. Now, if I would have tried to do that with a Phantom, I guarantee I would have been having problems at that moment. So that's what I like about it. Extremely unobtrusive, easy to take with you anywhere, and does a reasonably good job of producing really good video. So let's go for a flight of this thing and see how it performs. Let's do it. Although you really don't need to use this, this is that Mi Wi-Fi repeater. I bring this with me. I like to use it because it reduces the amount of frame lags that you see, the frame dropping. You get greater range, you know, improved performance by using this, but it is not necessary. Now notice, it is a windy day that I'll be flying this. That's another thing we're going to try out, you know, see how well this maintains position on such a windy day. It's actually quite breezy, but we'll see how it performs. So I'd like to put this in the pocket of my cargo pants. You know, some of you wonder why I wear cargo pants. It comes in handy. So actually, I'm going to put it in my coat pocket. There's that hawk. There's two of them there. So I am a little bit concerned. Are those hawks or are those crows? They look like buzzards to me. I don't know what they are. We're going to fly anyways, and if they go after my little drone, oh my goodness. Oh well. So, okay, those are big birds, and I'm not sure what they are. Okay, I got the Tello started. First thing I'm going to do is select video, and start video recording. Hello, folks. And that wind is picking up. With that in mind, I'm not sure if I want to do a hand launch, but we'll try it anyways. Let's see. Just take off. And there we go. And with that wind, look at that. That is where this thing shines. This is the best performing drone that uses optical positioning, optical flow position hold. And look at it hold that position. And look at this, you know, it is actually relatively steady video that I'm getting. You know. Now, let me read the alert there. It's probably talking about the wind. May fail in high winds. Flying in windless condition is recommended. Well, it's not really needed, as I'm going to try to demonstrate. Okay, first thing I'm going to do here is an up and away, manual up and away. This can do it automatically, but it doesn't do it very well. It doesn't do it very far. I like to go far up and away. Cool, huh? Turn it back toward me. Still going up and away. And high winds. And there we go. Hello up there, can you see me? So again, you know, this thing is easy to launch. It holds its position amazingly well. Now keep in mind, I am using a repeater here. If I did not have this repeater, you're not going to be able to fly this distant. and maintain image stabilization, or you get a lot of frame drops. I'm probably still going to get some frame drops, but not as much as I would see without this little repeater. But let's go around the field a bit. I'm going to go upwind, since this is a windy day. A tip to you folks: whenever you're flying a drone, especially on a windy day, try to fly upwind. Okay? And going upwind. And why would you do that? In case you lose control of the drone, the wind should push it back toward you. Okay, I'm going to let go of the stick, see if it holds its position. Now, I'm going to climb. Okay? We're going to set it up. Now, this can actually tell you how high it is. It says it's 7.2 meters. We're going to go up higher and see where that position hold will fail on this thing. Going up higher. Oh, I think I'm set at its max height that I got set on there, 10 meters. So that's about as high as I got it set right now. There is an app, the Tello app, that you can change that, but 10 meters is pretty darn high still. So we're going to go further outbound. And right now, I don't know, about 60 meters away, 100 meters away, getting close to it. Now I'm going to turn the drone. Turn it back toward me and fly back toward me. And you see me up there? Probably not, folks, because it's so high. That's why I'm going to bring it back down again. But excellent little drone. Excellent in its capabilities. Now what I like, again, is this does not need GPS stabilization. Let's go over these trees here, or go under these trees here, and demonstrate that. I'm going to fly it visually toward those trees. Tilt to the right, slide to the right. And head over to those trees. And plop it right there under the tree canopy. And see how well it holds its position. It's holding its position. Okay? Now, you try this with a GPS drone. Right now, you would lose all GPS positioning capability and wouldn't be able to hover. It's just hovering up there. In fact, I'm going to go walk up to it. Let me turn it toward me so you can see me walking toward it. I think it's, you can see me. No, that's the, gotta turn, and there I am. I'm adjusting it, but coming up to it. Neat little drone that you can take anywhere. Now, here, listen to the wind in the trees. That's a lot of wind, folks, and this thing is holding its position extremely well. That's a lot of wind, especially between these two trees. You know, it's giving me the alert on my app here that it's, you know, not going to be able to hold its position in high wind, but it's doing it. And look how stable the video is from the image stabilization in that system. So, excellent little drone. My perfect #1 drone that I would take with me in the future here, and right now I took it with me for holiday or vacation, if you will. So. Let's go back out to the field again. I'm going to head over to the ball field from here and fly. Just stay here underneath the trees and send it outbound. Now we got a sloping downhill sloping field, and you can see it descend as it goes outbound. The reason it's doing that, again, it's using acoustic sensors to maintain its position. Boy, that wind's picking up. Turn to the left. Push forward, wrong way. Which way am I pointing? I gotta look at my screen. There's the field. Let's go up a bit higher too. Going up a bit higher and heading toward the field. Heading toward the baseball field. Just so neat. I mean, you got stabilization. It's like as good as a gimbal in a little quadcopter. Now again, I got to keep repeating this. The reason I'm getting such good stabilization is I'm using this Wi-Fi repeater with this. If I didn't use the Wi-Fi repeater, it becomes somewhat unstable in terms of its image stability. Okay, I'm going to push forward here, bring it back to me. we're going to call it quits for the day. Come over to the left here a bit. Pushing forward, turn to the left, coming back, under these trees, coming down. And I got to be careful when I'm coming. Here, let's take it down lower, watch, because this hill slopes upward. Let's see if it comes upward with this hill from the acoustic sensor. And it does. It raises a bit. So we're going to call it quits here, folks. I'm going to try a hand landing in this wind. I can't get, actually, I don't think that's a good idea. Let's go take it over to the road. I don't recommend doing hand landings in the wind. And the reason being, you're going to nick yourself with those blades. Only do hand landings on windless days. It's maintaining its barometer altitude right now. It only goes uphill, I've found. Or up. There we go. Let's park it here and do that landing. So, one more closing comment here. Again, I'm going to follow this video up with other clips that I've done showing you, the advantages and also the issues that I've had with it. There are issues, it's not all perfect, but I'll discuss them in the follow-on videos. Again, these are going to be self-narrated. You're not going to include my head camera because I didn't bring my hat camera with me for those particular flights. So let's go into them right now. I'm just going to land this now. Welcome to the Quadcopter 101 vacation slides. This one is, where am I here? This is Conneaut, Ohio. And I got a lot of wind coming up this hill here. And you can see there's a limitation there that it's really getting buffeted. But it is holding its position. By the way, there is a policeman 2 parking lots down there that he didn't seem to care. And where am I here? This is Lake City Community Park. Again, there was a lot of wind there. But it was actually performing very well on this one. Now, I did not have the repeater in use during this flight. What I was doing here is I was just staying very close to the drone, behind the drone. And that way, I was getting relatively good video with, a few drops that you saw there. There's a frame drop there. But it was performing rather well and holding its position rather well, too. So, with that wind, I'm just impressed what this little Tello can do. So, however, you can see that there is some problems there with high contrast. It has to go into the shade there before you can actually see what's in that shade. But, there's a lot of updraft coming up that hill, and it was holding its position. And giving nice, stable video, even though, this thing is pitching right, left, back, and forward, but it still looks pretty good. Okay, this one here, I'm at a campground here. I'm going down a nature trail at this campground, and I want to see how well this thing can hold its position and how well I could control it in a difficult area of control, namely this nature trail. Can I go through this nature trail without hitting the branches and the bushes? And also I'm going underneath the trees. Keep in mind that if this was a GPS bird, this is not next to impossible to do. Look at that wind there. Oh, and, I had some frame drops there. I am using the repeater in this particular video, but even with the repeater, I still had a few frame drops there. Now I'm going around this corner here, and this next area here is very dark and very, it's covered with trees. And as I mentioned before, if you tried to do this with a GPS drone, you just wouldn't be able to do it. The trees, the foliage would block the GPS signal to the quadcopter. And with that in mind, you'd likely lose, with loss of the GPS signal, you would not be able to hold it steady. This little drone, again, does not have that problem. I really do like its ability with its dual IR sensors, stereo sensors, and its acoustic height finding ability, its little sonar on the bottom of it, to actually maintain a rock solid hover. I don't know of any other drone that can do it as well as this little Tello. It's just amazing to me that the way it can perform like that. And here I am again going through a deep tree canopy, shady area, a lot of contrast, again, just to show you the limitations of, the camera in high contrast. You know, you're looking ahead there into that shady area you can't see. You know, it's real dark. But once I fly the drone into that shady area, it becomes, the camera lightens up automatically with its automatic gain control, and then you can see the area here. Again, very heavy foliage over, coverage over the top, canopy, and I'm starting to get lost in this little maze of trails here, nature trails. I think it curves off to the left there. Oh, had a frame drop there. Again, I'm using the Wi-Fi repeater, so don't expect 100% perfect performance with that Wi-Fi repeater. You're still going to get an occasional frame drop. That's the limitation of this Wi-Fi FPV reception. In the future, I would hope that Ryze would include the ability to record directly to a micro SD card to avoid these frame drops. That would correct that problem. And probably, if they do come out with a Tello 2, that probably would have that feature. Yeah, I'm getting lost here again. This point here, I have an opening in the trees, so I'm going to send it up, take a look around and see how do I get out of the maze here. And looking up, I'm looking forward. There's lots of foliage and bushes up ahead there, but I turn it to the left there, and I see that I'm almost out of this thing. So I bring the drone back down again. So it's performed excellent in this little maze. So if you're thinking of taking or getting a drone to take with you hiking on hiking trails, this is it. Look at that beer gut. Let me turn that around here. Yeah, we'll go forward again here. Let's come out of the maze. When I get out of the maze here, I'm going to send the drone up high. Since I am using the Wi-Fi repeater here, I want to test its ability, its distance flying ability. Also, see that smoke up ahead there? They were burning some brush there. I want to see what happens if with those dual IR sensors, is that going to mess up its flying ability? I'm going to fly right through that smoke, up and over that fire in a little bit here. So coming out into the open field, find my way out of the maze. Had some more frame drops there. Again, I am using the repeater. You still get them every once in a while. And now on these hard, fast turns, you notice some pixelation there. That's some compression problems with the software on the drone there. With real fast movement there, it's going to have some problems maintaining a sharp picture. But okay, send it up to about 10 meters here. I think that's its max altitude, if I remember correctly. I don't have the Towels app that allows you to fly it higher, but I am planning to try that in the future here, because I think this little drone can go up higher than 10 meters. 10 meters is about 33 feet. I seen one guy take this up to 100 feet with no problem, and it still maintains its position using its optical sensor. And we're going to come around, and I think I want to demonstrate one more thing, if I remember correctly, in that up and away. Now this has an up and away capability where you can automatically let it do an up and away, a crane shot they call that in film. But it only goes about 5 to 10 feet. But if you manually fly up and away by giving it backward pitch and upward throttle, you can go as far as you want. Look at that feature. So I did that, and then I'm just lowering the throttle so it meets me when I get to it. So that's the end of my vacation clips. I got many more, but I don't want to bore you too much with the rest of my vacation. But it's all in all, the little Tello, like I said, I think this is the #1 drone to take with you on vacation this year. You can fly it anywhere, not have anybody bother you. It's just unobtrusive and just a fun little drone to take with you.